Alright, humans, here is a menu where you can decide how you want to watch Pokemon BATAW stuff. If you click the top option, you'll watch this match at normal speed with my commentary. But if you'd rather watch the match sped up, or if you don't like my commentary or something, then the middle option's for you, because you can watch the match sped up with music instead of my commentary. And if you click the bottom option, you'll be able to watch our original match. And then you can choose how you want to watch the match from there, because that match has its own menu and stuff. And remember, if you ever want to make a match against me, then please refer to the link in the description. Enjoy, humans! Hello, humans! I'm Yoshiller. Welcome back to some more Pokemon BATAW! Alright, so this is actually the first rematch that I'm ever having in the series. Now, it's not the first time that I fought somebody more than once, because sometimes in one episode I'll fight one person in more than one battle. This is the first rematch of the series, though, and I have that rematch saved onto my versus recorder right here. This is against my good friend Abby, or Absurdum, or William, I guess. And here's the match, right here, on my versus recorder. Time to go! Alright, he gets the rival battle theme because, well, I figured it was fitting. Okay! So he is starting off with a Pokemon, and I'm starting off with a Pokemon. I mean, after all, it is a Pokemon battle. He's starting off with a Flygon, a Dragon Ground type, and I'm starting off with Jolt, my Jolteon, who is not good against Ground type Pokemon, so I switch him out. Instead, I switch him to something that is good against Ground type Pokemon, a Flying Ground type Pokemon, my Gliscor, or Gliscor. I had a feeling he'd use Earthquake, but now that won't hurt me because of the Flying type. He is using Dragon Claw, though, but I am physically defensive, so I'm able to take a hit, and I use Acrobatics, a Flying type attack, which deals more damage if I'm not holding a hold item, and I am not holding a hold item. So he smacks me again. I take that hit rather well, but he goes back to his trainer because he knows that I am physically defensive, and he sends out his Bluto, which is also his Seismitoad, a Water Ground type Pokemon. So he's got all sorts of ground types and whatnot. My Acrobatics still does a ton of damage. He has a Rocky Helmet, so I take some damage after physically contacting him. I use Acrobatics again, figuring that I'm strong enough and fast enough to defeat him, and I take down that Seismitoad of his. So goodbye, Seismitoad. That Seismitoad could have been a threat if my Gliscor wasn't strong enough, but thankfully he was, so I was able to take down that Seismitoad with no problem. He goes back to his Dragonite, hits other ground type Pokemon, uses Dragon Claw again, and this time, my Gliscor is down and out. It's okay, Gliscor, you did an awesome job. Alright, so I send in Yoshiller, my Frostlass, an Ice Ghost type Pokemon, which is 4 times super effective toward this Flygon, because Flygon is Dragon Ground, and both Ground and Dragon type Pokemon are weak to Ice, and my Frostlass is very quick. She's very speedy, and she takes down that Dragon Ground type of his. He might have been holding a berry, but it wasn't enough for him. That Flygon is down and out. So up next, he sends in Apollo, a Xatu, a Psychic Flying type Pokemon. And I figure, well, Psychic type Pokemon are weak to Ghost type attacks. And yeah, he's speedy and strong, but I have a Focus Sash, which means I can withstand a hit. And I use, well, hang on. I use Shadow Ball, figuring it's super effective toward him. Well, I really should have used Ice Beam, because that's not Xatu! That's a Zoroark! And if I used Ice Beam, I could have at least done neutral damage, but oh well. He uses Taunt because he knows my Frostlass has Destiny Bond, which means I can't use it, and now I can't even use Protect, and he kills me by switching out. Oh, Frostlass, I'm so sorry. You did an awesome job, girl. Come on back. I mean, Yoshiller is her name, but she's a shiny Frostlass, so sorry for constantly switching between calling my Pokemon by their nickname and by their species name. Anyway, he goes into this thing, a Whimsicott, a Grass Fairy type Pokemon, a Pokemon that's 4 times weak to poison, but I don't have a poison type Pokemon with me because the only poison type Pokemon that I have is Drapion, and he's sitting out. I do have Umbreon, though, who is specially defensive and can land stuff like Confuse Ray upon my opponents. I was afraid that he was going to poison me, and if he was going to poison me, my Umbreon has Synchronized, which means that thing would also be poisoned. So I didn't use Toxic right off the bat. I used it on this turn, but he switched into Apollo, the real deal. And Xatu's ability can be Magic Bounce, which means attacks that don't deal damage get reflected back onto me. So pretty much I just use Toxic on myself, but I still have Synchronized, so he got poisoned anyway. So it's a lot of going back and forth, but ultimately, we're both poisoned, and I'm holding leftovers, which means each turn I restore HP, but the poison each turn hurts me, and I'm giving some HP to him because I have Leech Seed on me, but the poison each turn is hurting him. So every turn, we are getting hurt and restoring health in one way or another. But I'm losing more health than I am restoring because I'm getting poisoned and giving him Leech Seed health. He uses Nightshade, a ghost type attack that deals damage based on the Pokemon's level. Since he's level 50, that attack did 50 damage. I use Foul Play, a dark type attack. Does not kill it, unfortunately, and he is holding a berry, so he does get to restore some health. That pesky citrus berry! That's okay. I'll kill it next turn. Okay, so yeah, he also saps some of my health because that Leech Seed is still on the field, but I refuse to switch up my Umbreon because he's been doing so well, and I figure I'm going to switch him back in. He's already in a bad circumstance, so I may as well leave him on the field to finish up the job, you know? So yeah, that poison's hurting both of us. There's a lot. These are really long turns right now. I apologize. He uses Nightshade again, but I do have barely enough health because that'll only do 50 at most. I use Foul Play, and I take down that pesky Xatu. That Xatu is down. But the poison is still on me, which means my Umbreon too shall go down. So while I do restore some health with leftovers, the poison is greater than the amount of health that I've restored, and it kills my Umbreon. Well, it doesn't kill him, it makes him faint, thankfully. Thankfully, I can use him in the next match. Alright, awesome job, Umbreon. He goes into his Ram Jam or his Whimsicott once again, and I send a Jolt to my Jolteon, my other evolution. And I figure I'm speedy, but he might have Prankster, which is an ability that makes it so that attacks that don't deal damage go first. I wanted to make sure that that thing was paralyzed as soon as possible, and I guess it doesn't have Prankster because he's using attacks such as Moonblast, and I'm faster than it now even so. I'm using Sand Attack. That's usually what I do with my Jolteon. I just paralyze my opponent and lower accuracy and stuff. I do expect Jolteon to die, so I'm sorry, buddy. You did an awesome job, Jolt! Get some rest and come on back. Alright, so then Rhine, my Scizor, my thing that's a bug steel type Pokemon, which means because it's part steel type, I'm super effective toward this thing. Yeah, you got fairy typing, which means you're no longer weak to bug, but it now means you're weak to steel types. So, yeah, works out nicely for me. And that thing is getting destroyed. Now he does survive because he's holding a Focus Sash, but because he's also paralyzed, he was unfortunately unable to move this turn, which is fortunate for me, but unfortunate for him. I use Bullet Punch again, and I take down that Ram Jam of his. So goodbye, Whimsicott. As we near the closure of this battle, he sends in Manectric, an Electric-type Pokemon, and an Electric-type Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. This is the first time I'm ever battling one of these bad boys, so I didn't really know what to expect. I expected him to be speedy, though. Electric-type Pokemon usually are. He does have Intimidate, which cuts my attack stat, which is bad, but doesn't really matter, because he also has Flamethrower, which is 4 times super effective toward me, which means my Mega Scizor is down and out, unfortunately. Yeah, but I do have Udra, my Goodra, a specially defensive Dragon-type Pokemon. She is also holding an Assault Vest, which gives her a special defense boost. So she is very, very specially defensive. He's using Snarl, which I've never actually seen in competitive play before, but I guess that's handy. It's a special attack that lowers the opponent's special attack stat, which is smart, because he knows my Goodra is a special attacker. And he does still have a Pokemon left, that being his Zoroark, because I never defeated his Zoroark. So he's just trying to lower my special attack stat in whatever way he possibly can. And then he uses Thunderbolt, but I resist it, and I have that Assault Vest on, and I'm specially defensive, so that Thunderbolt does like nothing. So I use Dragon Pulse once more, and I take down that Mega Manectric of his, ready to fight his final Pokemon, which was previously seen in this battle, his pesky Zoroark, or Houdini. I do like that nickname, I gotta admit, because Houdini was a trickster, a magician, and that Zoroark is tricking me with all these illusions. Now, I am still specially defensive. Zoroark's a special attacker, and that didn't do a whole lot. I used Dragon Pulse, but because my special attack stat would drop so much by that Manectric Snarl attack, I don't kill it. He does use Dark Pulse, I don't die, and he dies from recoil damage, which means in this rematch, I have successfully defeated Abby, or Absurdum. Now, he beat me last time, which means our score is currently 1-1. Maybe we'll have a tiebreaker in the future, I don't know, we'll see. That wraps up this match of Pokemon BATAW, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. The sped up variation of this match will play in just a moment, and remember, if you'd like to request a match against me, then please refer to the link in the description. Otherwise, see you all in future videos. Bye-bye, humans!